Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I know it's a little cut off from my side, but it's a Blurple versus Blurple. They're both built slightly different, but I do have a topic that I really want to talk about. Some of you might agree with me and some will disagree, which is completely fine. I'm not here trying to argue with anyone. It's just my personal opinion. But before we get into the topic, drop a like, comment, and also subscribe for more Lorcana content. I'm trying to be a little bit more active, more consistent. The next videos you guys will be seeing will be me rocking Ruby Amethyst. I think I did pretty well with it on my locals, and I'll be doing a deck profile as well. But anywho, let's get into the topic. I'll also be talking about the video, like right now I have a Genie and a Tipo. He has a Tipo and a Peter Pan. It is sped up, obviously. He's running Scrooge. I'm not running Scrooge. I did try a build with Scrooge, but I just had too many uninkables. The build I'm currently running, I only have 10 uninkables. With the Scrooge build, I felt like I was inking stuff that I did not want it to ink because I was running out of uninkables, which sucked. But now that I'm running more inkables, I'm good, But the topic I want to talk about is, should Japanese cards be legal for tournament, even if it's locals? The reason why I say that is I'm sure people that have felt them, seen them, they're thicker. And if you've been playing any TCG for quite some time, there's people that know how to stack. That's why I always like to shuffle my opponent's deck. Well, majority of the time. Even if it's someone I kind of know or I see on my regular locals, I like to cut the deck just in case. But if the cards are thicker, then I feel like it's easier to manipulate it and get the cards that you want or put them together. My opponent here, he has friends on the other side. He has Popsicle and I think Manners as Japanese. You want to open up with Bell, Popsicle, and Friends. And 2 out of those 3 cards are Japanese. And is it coincidence? I don't know. He was doing really well in the tournament. His previous opponent, when I was kind of, voicing out my opinion at the tournament, the previous opponent was like, he did the same thing with me. Open up with Bell every turn, open up with Popsicle every turn, and open up with Friends every turn. I get it. It sometimes happens. It happens to me sometimes too, but not that consistent. Even when I mulligan 6, even when I mulligan 5 or all 7, it doesn't always happen. And I do have Japanese cards myself, but I don't like to use them because of that. Because I've been playing TCGs for quite some time. I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot, but not modern Yu-Gi-Oh! I used to play Edison format. And even in Yu-Gi-Oh! People are known to cheat, known to stack. So it's like, why would Lorcana be any different, But yeah, that's my topic, my opinion. I don't think it should be. If you're playing with friends at someone's house and you want to use them, sure, why not? Same goes for proxy. If you want to use proxies, that's fine. But if you go to a tournament and you're using proxies, and people paid for this tournament, people paid or traded to get the cards they needed on time for the tournament, and you show up with proxies, it's kind of like, wait, what? Like, why? Kind of thing. Just me though, this match took forever. Game 1, We're going back and forth a lot, answering each other's board. But he saw friends, obviously. I think I only saw one. And yeah, in Amethyst, in any Amethyst deck, if you have card draw, you probably won already. And in Blue and Blurple, if you have card draw, it's amazing because you get to ramp without feeling it, and you get to card draw and you control the board. But you guys are gonna see on game 3, he opens up Popsicle Bell. Turn 2, friends. Turn 3, sings friends again. Turn 4, sings friends again. And I'm like, yeah, okay. You know, it's crazy. And I personally told him I was gonna make this video, and I didn't care what he or anyone felt like. You know, it is what it is. It's like I said, it's my opinion. Not everyone will or should agree with it. But I did tell him, I was like, show up without Japanese cards and we'll see if you can do the same. And his reply was like, don't tell me what to do. And I'm like, I'm just saying, you know. It's funny how the core pieces that you're looking for are Japanese and nothing else. But anywho, it did kind of bug me, I'll be honest. But hey, some people saw it as like, it's illegal, and I get it. It is legal to use. I'm not saying it's not, but I feel like make the whole deck, or at least like 40% of the deck, now like 60% of the deck Japanese or something, or 50-50, or double sleeve. That way every card feels slightly thicker. But when you only have the core pieces Japanese, and you see it so consistent in every match, and then you have other players saying, yeah, he always had it with me too. You know, it's kind of fishy, you know. And he's not new to TCGs. I'm not saying 100% I know he's stacking. I'm not saying that. But it does look fishy. It is sus. And I don't know. Me personally, I don't like it. I don't think it's good. But let me know in the comments below if you guys agree, disagree. What's your opinion about it? And we can move on. I'll reply to everything. And like I said, I know that some people will agree, and I know some people will disagree, and that's completely fine. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But anywho, let's get into this match. It's still game 1. It's going on forever. Like I said, we were just trading, entering each other's board, but the difference is that he saw card draw, I did not. So then he had hand advantage and I did not. Scrooge does put in major work. I don't think it's a bad choice, but I don't think it's the best one either, because it's uninkable. I know another friend of mine that runs Scrooge on his Blurple list, and again, like I said, he puts in work, especially for Amber Steel. He's bulky. It's hard to remove him. They don't want to quest because he can check daisies without a problem. He can check pretty much any character, and then if you have Bell, you transfer the damage, pretty much healing him, and he can keep just getting rid of other characters. I'm not saying it's a bad decision, but when I tried it, I was like at 14 uninkables or something, and it was a lot. And I saw myself inking things that I did not want it to ink, and I was like, I kind of don't want that. So I removed them. I was running 2 manners. I removed the manners too, and now the build that I have, it's good. I like it. It's consistent. I've gone against Amber Steel. I've beaten Amber Steel, the aggro version. I've gone against Emerald Amethyst, the slightly like kind of discard but not really version, and I've beaten it. So Red blues, I find it like a 50-50 because it's easy to remove shark, but it is a little hard to remove manners. I mean, if you have your crabs and foxes, or if you have monstro, it's not that hard. But it sucks that, you go white and they just be prep you and you're just like, oh fuck, but yeah. So this is game 2. He took game 1. He drew really, really bad, and he said he top deck Sail, which I don't know, but then he Popsicle and pretty much special summon Bell. I started with Popsicle, but no Bell. I ended up finding her, but later on, turn 3, it wasn't turn 1 or anything. But I'm at 4 ink. He's at 4 ink as well. I'm going to 5. Blurple against Blurple. I have another video recorded with another opponent. I might take a little bit to post that one because I don't want to post Blurple versus Blurple and then a day later or 2 days later another Blurple versus Blurple. I don't want it to be so repetitive. So the next video should be Ruby Amethyst. I'm thinking of tweaking my Ruby Amethyst list to kind of go against Amber Steel. Because I feel like Amber Steel is represented like almost everywhere, especially the aggro version. But I was doing some play testing yesterday with Lorcana. Shout out Lorcana. And it was great. He beat me once. I beat him once. We didn't go to game 3. But it was cool. It was just play testing. I did a few mistakes. I noticed that I could have maybe switched some things around. But yeah. Let me know what decks you guys are running or what decks you guys are seeing the most. I don't know exactly what turn it is, but it's crazy how it's Burley. My opponent Burley has 4 lore. I have 0, but we do have quite an amount of ink. I think I have 6 going to 7. Which, is crazy because in any other game, if you have 7 ink, you're like almost at 9 lore. But we're just answering each other's board. Like right now, it's typical to see like Hades versus Hades and all that. He does play two manners, which I was like, ooh, I was not expecting that. But it happens. I do 3 damage. I move the damage to Iago. And then I do Peter Pan and then do 2 more damage. He gains 4, but he has no characters on board. And we all know Blurple does not have a full board wipe. I cannot outrace him, obviously. But if I remove 1 manner, maybe then I can outrace him. But right now I'm looking for Monstro. If I have Monstro, I'll be good. I have a Let It Go in hand. So whatever threat he puts out, I can probably take it out. So he plays Genie, draws a card. As you can see, he doesn't have many cards in his hand, but it's not that small either. But those 2 manners, dropping 2 manners at once is crazy. It's crazy work because just removing 1 manner is really complicated at times, especially when they have removal like Hades and Let It Goes and stuff like that. But getting rid of 2 is even more complicated. He plays a new song and inks my Peter Pan, and I'm thinking, I know I cannot outrace him, but I'm thinking, how can I get rid of those manners? Those manners are the ones that are being a little complicated. I'm damaging both because I do want to remove them. I play Fox, but I'm thinking, what should I bounce? But I told him I will get rid of that manner for sure. I'm just thinking what to bounce. I'm looking, I'm really looking, and I decide to go for Hades. And then I play Hades and remove his genie. Again, his manor lives, but his manor has 4 damage, so I'm able to remove it next turn if he doesn't remove at least 2 characters. He Hades my Hades, and I'm like, okay, cool. And he foxes and gets rid of my Bell, which is not what you want to see. But he's giving me ink, which is fine. I play 1 for Popsicle. I play Genie. I play Peter Pan. And with his rush ability, I'm able to get rid of the manor, and I play my manor. But I also have 3 characters on board. He has like 4 cards in hand. He gets rid of my fox. Discards to get rid to do 6 damage to manor. And I'm like, go ahead if you wanna keep discarding. But he does not. So I get 2 out of the manor. 2 to 11. It's not over till it's over. I have Tamatoa getting Popsicle, and I got the other one. I told him I was gonna pop it, so like he knew. And I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, that monster has to go because that monster is gonna get rid of my manor, and I want manor to put in work. And I had enough to do Hades inking his monster, and I just have many things on board. I gain 2 more, going to 7. Quest for 2, play a Popsicle for free. I don't even know how many lore I have. I mean, ink I have. I probably have like 14. I play 5 for Let It Go, questing to 12, and then playing a Bell. Just applying pressure because I'm like, you know what? I just got to go wide. Whatever you summon, I know you don't have a complete board wipe, so it doesn't really matter. He does Peter Pan and Genie, removing my Peter Pan. And then he does that new card. I forgot the name of it. But you remove the damage counter and you draw a card. So he drew 2 cards. Which, I don't know. I don't think that's a good card. But we decide to pick up, and I take the dub. And this is game 3. Opens up Popsicle with Bell. This is what I'm talking about. I ink Tipo, play Popsicle too. Cool. But no Bell. He sings Friends, which is a huge turn if you could sing Friends on turn 2. Play Tipo. He inks Iago, and then he inks another one for Tipo. It's my turn. I ink, play Cell, and I ink again for Cell. So I get my ramp, but he gets Bell and Friends, which is huge. I pay 1 for Popsicle. He sings Friends again. He's able to summon Scrooge, just going wide. He already has 4 on board. So then I do a Cell. I didn't have a turn 4 character, I believe, but I could ink twice and then going to 5. But I inked those 2, which was Bell and Elsa, and he sings Friends again, like back to back. Like, come on, and it's the only Japanese cards, and then you drop Manor, which is another Japanese card. What? Am I exaggerating? If I'm exaggerating, fuck it, I'm exaggerating. But I was just like, wow, like, this is crazy. Every turn, it seemed like every game you had it. But this last game, you just had every fucking card, which is crazy. And he just goes wide. I know I cannot do anything. I don't have a board wipe. So I was just like, it's a GG. You took it. You saw everything. I didn't see shit. Whatever, it is what it is. But at least we went to game 3. I didn't get too old, if that's even irrelevant. But I don't scoop it up till I know it's over. And playing Genie, that quest for 2 just seals the deal, especially with Manor on board. And I'm just like, fuck, it is what it is. GG's. Like I said, comment below if you guys agree, disagree, or your opinion about it. That's my opinion. It is what it is. Drop a like, comment, and also subscribe. Next video, Ruby Amethyst, should be, different. Keep it fresh. I'm thinking if I could survive, but even if I can, it doesn't matter. Too many characters on board and manner. I cannot get rid of everything. It's just the power of Blurple if you stack, That's what happens if you got to stack. If you got to stack to win, you shouldn't be playing the game. But GG's to the opponent. It is what it is. I'll see you guys next time. Stay safe. Stay blessed. And I'll catch you guys in the next video coming soon. Peace.